Welcome to the Church of Life Scientist, where we provide a creative atmosphere wherein you can take a look at your prayer, at your desires. Desires placed by the very one that will fulfill those desires. Knowing this, you're on your way. But first, you must clear your mind of all opposing thoughts. Therefore, we conveniently have the mental diet, and you're to use this mental diet in just such a manner. Knowing God is after you to express beauty, wonder, love, prosperity. If you could clear your mind that there's an opposing power, or that God has his finger on you, you would break through. You would pass the mark. You would be on the path of good. Therefore, we should take point number 2 in the Church of Life Scientist, the allness of God. For in you, understanding this point, you are beginning to see life the way it is supposed to be lived. Your life is not supposed to be worrisome. Life is supposed to be good, very livable. But your picture is built around what you see with your material eyes, and those things that you hear. You think that is life. You think that all those around you that lack faith are still yet demonstrating life, and a life that you should compare yours to. But if you have the courage to see life and God as it really is, good! There is no evil. To the one that can hold on to the allness of God, he sees nothing but good unfolding on his path. One that believes in God, not that God is alive or that God created him or her, but that God is good. And God is the only creator, so all things coming are good. And the one that sees this will have good unfolding along the way. That does not mean temptation will vanish. You will be continually tempted to think about a devil, to think about evil, to think poorly, sorrowfully, pitifully, always. But that's the whole idea. The one that's strong enough to see God as God is at all moments will be rewarded with seeing his or her own good that's already there. Your eyes will be open to the real scene. But if you continue to look to man for your help, for your security, for your ideas, you will be limited thus. Then what you see at the movies is real, because that is your life. So you say everyone is in this together. But not those that have the courage, that have the faith, the guts, to say, God is in control. But not just generally, at every second. Your salvation at every second. You have no excuse. Shame on you if your party is spoiled. We are only tempted with thoughts. There is no evil, only suggestion. And for the one that can hang on to the true picture of God, they will glide right through picking the fruit off the tree. Good will continuously unfold to them. And I mean minutely. I mean yesterday. I mean today. Right now. Sitting in your home, doing nothing, doing anything. Good is supposed to continually unfold to you. Although the temptation will be there, the temptation is to believe in an evil entity or power And if you do, you lose. That's the only temptation. Let's get with it. God is around. God is still around. We're not outdoing or outmaneuvering God. God is still available. I am not talking about good to change your life slightly or so that you'll smile more often or so that you'll put a phony smile and act on to please someone. I am not talking about good to make minor changes. I'm trying to get you to get on the path where good continuously unfolds to you, even in the smallest thing. But that does not mean that horror thoughts and wrong thoughts will not be presented to you. They will. As long as that world is around you, you will, with the material ear, hear about the things that continue to fascinate them. You will hear it. But you will not be convicted for listening. You will not be convicted for having heard. You're not going to pick it up. Good will continuously unfold for you, but do not be afraid of your thinking or the thoughts that are coming to you. Hold on to God. You will get in the groove of this. And the ill thoughts will continuously be presented to you. But you will understand that they can be going right by the side while you're viewing things working out for you continually in your world. The allness of God. There is nothing wrong. All is good. And you're to keep to this even at the most gruesome appearances. In reality, all error is the same. We're saying that error has no power. That's what we say. We're saying God is the only power. So any error is not power. So therefore, all error is the same. whether it's one bad word off the lip of an associate, or something very demanding, its solution is the same. If at either of these moments you're to hang to God, but not just hanging on God the way everybody's been doing it, the way they teach it. God, up in the sky, outside of me, somewhere. Can God be reached? No. If you're to hold on to God as a principle, as God, as creating good, that idea, God creates only one way. God is responsible for only good. And your salvation is in knowing this. But not just having heard it or quoting it. It is accessing it at any needful moment. And I don't know 5 minutes to go by wherein this is not beneficial. Believing in God is not an affirmation that there is a God, or that I am created by God. That is nothing. Believing in God is believing that God creates only good, a good God, interested in a creative universe, and not testing anybody, and not torturing anyone, and not threatening anyone. There are no threats. You're threatening yourself. You're creating your own horror stories. Nay, not you, but those you listen to. Or maybe you spread a few yourself. That's all right too, because you're not a power. God is a power through you, and that's only good. Your sense of evil is a false sense. Illusion! You've made it up! Boy, there's a lot of illusion around. But how can there be a lot of illusion around if illusion is illusion? Well, this false idea seems to be present. Your only job to feel good all the time. We're talking about the allness of God, the second point in the Church of Life, scientist. this one point can save you, if you'll hold to it, if you'll believe in God, not that there is a God, not that God created you, but that God creates one way, and you are benefiting from this. And it's usable at every second. As in when you have need. Now, who's going to make it practical? I'm going to make it practical. A practical religion with all the fat cut. All of this came before any book was written, before any preacher preached. It's been around, man. It's only man that has complicated everything and written endless commentaries on God. God is simple. God creates one way, and that's good. And the only breaking down is that it works all the time. You can access it all the time, and good continuously unfolds for you, for the one that can hang with it. There's no more breaking it down. The allness of God. How many centuries have they been saying it? Right out the other side of the face, complaining. Complaining about what? If there's the allness of God. Well, we're making it practical. God is practical. God is not abstract. God is simple. And it is simple. But someone is making it very unsimple for you. But not me. I'm telling you. Think on these things. The allness of God. There's nothing else. We cannot have any more than all. It is yours to come in to this life where things work out for you. Not just generally, not just by the end of the year, but continuously, minutely, and when it seems like something's not working out, we hang on to the idea of good, and we see where things were going. But if you jump ship, you've lost sight. You've missed the blessing that cometh on the morrow. Peace. Keep peace, knowing God. Continuous good. and your fears will not come up when it seems like things are going in the wrong direction. You'll hold stable, and the picture will clear. I promise you this. We here at the Church of Life Scientists have and are dedicating ourselves to seeing the good, and it is our sole purpose to come to you weekly, getting you to see your good.